Hi everyone, in this video what I want to do is to talk you through a numerical example of the multiplier effect. So to use this, I've got this piece of paper here. Okay, right guys, now if we're thinking then about the multiplier effect, we have to remember the formula to calculate it is 1 divided by 1 minus the MPC, or 1 divided by the MPW. Now here we go then. Now imagine that the government were to give me an extra £100 in income. Now this could be because I've been asked to do some extra work. So the logic would be that straight away, because the government are demanding an extra £100 of work from me, that £100 would boost the economy's GDP by £100. We now want to know how this would impact on the overall size of the economy. Now to do that, we can be thinking about my marginal propensity to consume. Now if we imagine my MPC is 0.5, what that means is of my additional £100, I will choose to spend 50% of it on domestic goods and services. The remaining £50 would be my marginal propensity to withdraw. So that would be made up of taxes, of savings and imported goods and services. So £50 of my money will be spent domestically, and then £50 of it will be spent on foreign goods and services, paying taxes and paying for imports. Right, now when you look at this then, my £100 has created output to increase by £100 in the economy. And then from that £100 that I've now got, I will choose to spend £50 of that on domestic goods and services. So I could, for example, go to the garden centre and spend 50 quid on seeds and plant pots, etc. Now that means that that garden centre has now got to produce an extra £50 of output. So they've now got an extra £50 of output on the back of my £100 that I received. So GDP is now increased by £150 already. Right, now the owner of the garden centre has now got an extra £50 in their pocket. Now if we assume their MPC is also 0.5, it means they will choose to spend 50% of that £50 on domestic goods and services, and then the remaining 50% or £25 will go on their withdrawals, their savings, taxes and imports. The garden centre manager might therefore now spend £25 extra in a local restaurant. Well, that means a local chef has got to produce an extra £25 of food, so we're going to get another £25 growth in output across the economy. That chef has now got £25 in their pocket. They will now choose to spend 50% of this on foreign goods and services, pay for taxes and save money, and they will now spend the remaining 50% on domestic goods and services. So the restaurant person might now go to a local coffee shop, order a couple of drinks, a couple of cakes, and that would mean that coffee shop has now got to increase output by £12.50. It has produced those products that have been demanded by that person. Again, if we assume that MPC is 0.5, they will choose to spend 50% of this money on domestic goods and services. They might go into a bookshop, for example, and spend £6.25. Now what you've got then is the impact of the multiplier. From my £100 that I was given extra for my output, that created an extra £100 output that I produced. That meant the garden centre then produced an extra £50 of output, the restaurant an extra £25 of output, and the coffee shop £12.50 per output, and then the bookshop £6.25p in output as well. Now you can see here as well then, we can work out the multiplier effects. So using the formulas, we can get a multiplier effect of 2. So that means from my £100 extra output, the economy will grow by £200. We take the 100, we multiply it by the multiplier of 2, so GDP would grow by £200 on the back of that £100. Right, there you go guys. Quite an amateurish presentation, but hopefully that will make some kind of sense. Okay, thank you.